Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So I was going to do a video on this when we first saw these lines introduced to Devils fans, but I wanted to wait to see what Lindy Ruff and company were doing as the preseason rolls on. With the lines that were constructed, I liked them at first. I wasn't crazy about them, but I like what I'm seeing now. There is some chemistry forming with these top four lines, and I like the defensive pairings as well. So in this video, I want to talk about that. Will these lines stick heading into the start of the regular season? So please stay with me throughout. So during the scrimmages, during the first couple of preseason games, we've been seeing combinations of these lines that are still intact. Lines of Palat, Hughes, and Holtz. Sharangovich, Hischier, and Bratt, Wood, Haula, and Mercer, and Johnsson, Mcleod, and Bastian. And on defense, we've been seeing combinations of Siegenthaler and Hamilton, Graves and Severson, and Smith and Marino. So, I wasn't crazy about them when I first saw them. I definitely saw them going from the way we saw success with certain lines the past year. But I like what I'm seeing from them. Some of these lines are really finding chemistry. The Hughes line, you can see that they're starting to build something. Tonight Jack Hughes scored a nice goal, but the way they were finding each other on the ice, and granted, I know it's preseason. I'm not getting too high on this, but it's encouraging to see some chemistry forming with this. But Holtz was the big question mark to me. Seeing him thrust on that top line was was a concern. I don't want to be asking too much for him, but you want to see him score. You want to see him be a top six player eventually, and he'll get there playing with top six talent. So Jack Hughes, of course, he's the best the best guy on our team, and he can do everything out there. He can score, he can be a playmaker. Andre Palat is the player to come in high, even like he said in his interview tonight. He said he's there to complement those two guys. He could come in high, offers veteran leadership and experience, and he adds a bit of where those two players don't have to worry about, how he's going to play, how he's going to cover what he has to do. And, Palat works well in the corners. He can go towards the front of the net and, also find those two guys. But, Jack Hughes can score. He can find Holtz, and you want Holtz to shoot and score. So I like what we're seeing from this line. Holtz tonight, found Jack Hughes for that goal, found him and passed the puck to him. There was another time when he was against the boards and just slung the puck towards the net and found a wide open Palat for the deflection. So there is some chemistry forming with this line. I do like what I'm seeing from them. So I would like to see this keep going into the regular season. Hischier, Sharangovich, and Bratt. This line too. This line could be a good first or second line for us. Sharangovich can score. Can he score 30 goals this year? That's a question mark. The last year he started the season off slow, but really put together a good season towards the end. So, you're seeing him score in the preseason already with that wicked wrister. But, Hischier too. Hischier went down the first game. They're saying it's cramps, so hopefully it's just that. I don't want to lose Hischier already. We haven't even played a regular season game, and I don't want to be without him for a while. We need him in this lineup. So, but him and Bratt complement each other well, and Sharangovich can score. So I like the blend of this line. I liked Bratt playing with Hughes last year. I think we got the best out of both players. They really pushed each other, but him playing with Bratt, Hischier playing with Bratt too, could really elevate each other as well. So I like this line as well. The third line of Haula, Mercer, and Wood. I liked this when I first saw it. I really did. I liked how Mercer was brought down a line because he can help that line. He can add more depth throughout our lineup. And, he can play with a player like Wood who can really stick up for the players and still offer speed and scoring like he can. And, there is some chemistry forming with this one as well. You saw some times when Mercer found Wood for some shots. Wood behind the net found Mercer and Haula. Haula scored a beautiful goal tonight. So, I'm liking what I'm seeing from this line. I'm not getting too high again with this line, but, it's a good energy line for us. And Mercer looks really fast out there. So, of course I'm worried about the sophomore jinx, but the way this kid's skating around, I don't know. I think this kid's going to have a breakthrough year. So keep your eye on Dawson Mercer this year. He's definitely emerging as one of my favorites on this team. So, and the fourth line, Johnsson, Mcleod, and Bastian. Mcleod and Bastian are given. They work well with each other. They've been playing with each other for a long time. But Johnsson was a question mark to me. You have other players like Zetterlund, Boqvist, Thompson, Tatar. Those players. What happens with them is the biggest question mark as we head to the end of the preseason. But Johnsson has played well with this line, surprisingly. Um, he's has shown some chemistry with Bastian, and I like what I've seen from them. He found them wide open for that goal in one of the scrimmage games, and I like what I've seen from them. Hopefully, they can continue it if they're put together. But Johnsson was a question mark to me as we entered preseason and all the camps, because I didn't assume he'd be on the roster. I thought from the season he had last year, he was one of those inconsistent players that had a good start to the year but tailed off throughout the rest. So hopefully he can have a turnaround year and help the Devils out, give some production, and add something, especially on that fourth line. There's not a lot to be asked of you. You're in there to provide some energy, but if you score some goals, that's just encouraging and helps the team out. So I do like what these lines have been put together. I think Lindy Ruff and company look like they're doing a good job. The team has started pretty good. Again, preseason, not getting too high. But, my expectations into the season are just see what could happen. The Devils look like they're a team that can surprise and shock people. They're a fast, young team. They got really good young talent, and, we'll see how the year goes. But if these Lions can really click and find some chemistry, I'd be curious to see what they can do. So, and on defense, you have, Siegenthaler and Hamilton. I like what I've seen from them tonight. You have a defensive defenseman with an offensive defenseman. I think that would really help Hamilton's game grow. I do like what I saw from Graves and Hamilton last year, but I do want to see what this combination has to offer. Graves and Severson. I think Severson's going to have one of the, he's going to be even better than he was last year. Of course, he's looking for a new deal, so of course he's going to want to put together his best year, to get the best contract he could. And same thing with Graves. So I think these two players will play really good. And I like what I see from them. And Smith and Marino, good defensive pairing. And I really like what I've been seeing from Marino. He's definitely one of those players that really shocked me. He's got a lot of speed. I like the way he's skating out there. I'm not counting on him to be an offensive defenseman, but I think he can be a solid defensive defenseman for us. And I like the way he's been skating out there. He looks quick. Getting to open pucks and, just putting the puck on net. That's what he's been doing. He's been looking pretty good. So I think, from what we're hearing, it's going to be a steal of a deal for the Devils. So comment below what you think about this. What do you think of the lines that Lindy Ruff and company have put together? Do you like them? Do you wish they were a bit different? Comment below and let me know. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so and subscribe to Hockey Skate Down. It's free and join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.